Hello, my name is Alexandra Vasquez, and this is my video to rationale my field experience D. So I had the luxury of observing an SSB unit, which in my district was previously known as SSB, or behavior unit. And here we have students who have extreme behaviors that might enable them from being able to be in a general setting. They're also coded ED, which is emotionally disturbed. So I appreciated that I was able to go into this classroom multiple times so that I could build rapport, because in talking with Mr. Covarrubias, who was my mentor, is that having rapport with these students is essential to being able to implement anything, whether it's classroom management, rapport, building relationships. You need to have some kind of engagement with them in order for them to take you seriously. So within my first couple of days, I was cussed out, looked up and down, and the whole situation. But luckily, I was able to break through to some of these students. And with discussing with Mr. Covarrubias which student I could work with to implement my interventions, he explained that Miss Amaya, who is a 7th grader, would probably be my best bet. However, she does have some reservations about working with other females. It's something that she has to work on. So understanding that Miss Amaya is very talkative, some of her classroom goals are for her to mind her own business, not interject on other people's conversations, and to keep the talking to a minimum. She is someone who likes to talk, and once you get her going, it's like a non-stop. So you can see that by when she's trying to work on her Imagine Math, which is a lesson, a database of math lessons, and she has to pass, and it works with what she's doing. So it's kind of like a personalized math intervention. She gets very distracted. She's very distracted in what other students are doing, wants to interject in this conversation over there. And so one of my initial interventions that I was talking to with Mr. Covarrubias was that if I could seclude her, work on her one-on-one in a classroom with no distractions. And he right away turned me down kindly and just kind of said, we want her to work in the least restrictive environment. And she has to learn to work amongst her peers because she is attending general ed classes. She's working with general ed teachers in general ed setting, and we want her to keep doing that. So we have to give her the tools to work with that in that kind of setting, because taking her out, yes, it'll work, and yes, it'll be successful. However, is that the least restrictive? So then what I thought was maybe working with her one-on-one and using the whiteboard and the different colored markers, because she's a girly girl and she loves to use all the different kinds of markers. So that's what we did. Amaya, like I said, was excited to be working with me, but right away wanted to start talking about boys and clothes and my weekend plans. And so right away was redirecting her back onto the topic. So what I did is I went ahead and worked through one of her math problems, and it was about finding information using a graph. So the problem had multiple information that she needed to graph and organize and then answer questions. So there was really no problem solving other than organization. And she struggles with that already, personal life and academically. So this was an opportunity to help her and give her the tools to say, hey, look, if you break it down and we write it down and you can see it, then it's gonna help you. So starting off, I have her read the problem, and I write, and I make a graph, and I start putting in these things. Of course, throughout this time in this classroom, there are 5 other SSB students, and they are just as, they can be very distracting. So there's conversation, they're being loud, rambunctious, and she right away wants to start engaging. And so it was constant redirection, bringing her back, limiting her wanting to go off on a roll with her discussions on something that's not math related. So what I then implemented was a timer. I said, I need undivided attention. Can you please give me 5 minutes of undivided attention, and then I will let you ask me every question under the sun for 2 minutes. And that's how we took it. Luckily, that worked. So time, I had my timer on my phone. Anytime I'd see her eyes going over, I would stop my timer and be like, you're not giving me undivided. I need undivided. So I didn't have to redirect her or correct her behavior. Right away when she saw it, she kind of just hushed up and we started getting back to work. I noticed that then after I did one problem, then it was her turn to do problems, and this even helped with her attention much more because she was the one using the board. I had her teach me how to organize information. After we were done with her math assignment that she did well, she did not have to repeat any questions on that concept. I then told her, hey, let's talk about our day-to-day, because we had a little extra time, and I kind of wanted to show her that organizing information, whether it's on math or in life, is useful. So I told her, I said, look, I have all these things I need to do on Saturday. I told you I have to wash my dog, clean my house, go pay bills. I said, help me organize my information so that I can be organized and I can complete everything I need on my to-do list. And she said, do a to-do list, miss. Come on, like, figure it out. So after we were done with her math lesson, I had her help me organize my to-do list on Saturday. And then I told her that the next period, if there was time after her social studies, that we could work on her to-do list, which we did because I was there all day. I found that this was really rewarding. I enjoyed the classroom. I enjoy the environment of a behavior unit. They're quick to whip. So what I would take from this experience and implement in my own classroom would be to always look for those least restrictive interventions, because right away I was like, well, pull her out, keep it quiet, put her in a plain room and have her work. And I know that that would work. It would work with any student, but is it the most restrictive that we want to do? And of course it's not. We want to try to work with them at their level and at their ability and what's appropriate. So I did have to take a step back and think, you know what, my initial was not probably the best. That would have worked for her in the long run. The other thing is working with students. It's a give and take. Yes, did it take time for me to give her 2 minutes to ask me every question under the sun? 100%. However, it was beneficial because I got 5 minutes of undivided work. And that's really where we flourished, and really where I was able to see how me implementing this and working with her and letting her teach me helped her, to where she could see the benefits of how we organize math information can help her organize life information, which helped me then, help me meet it or make it match with a real world example. So thank you so much. I hope you could make sense of everything I said. I was just very, very excited to be in an SSB unit, but thank you so much. Have a good one. Bye.